extremely good ones. So how our mind works, it acts like a warrior. It is always there like him, alert and straight away to cut things up. Right? So our conscious mind is like, if anything comes to him, our conscious mind, he'll logically analyze that part. Do you do that? Right. Logically analyze things and then think whether to accept this thing or not. Right? Okay. So that's a function of our conscious mind, which only has the awareness from our birth up until now. Now I am the conscious interference. I am another layer, and then comes the subconscious part. So normally what happens, whatever comes to the conscious mind, it stores memories. It stores memories which has some kind of emotional and physical charge. Like Rose said that it should have, if we remember bad memories. Suppose if I'll ask you what you had last year on 25th of November during your lunch, will you remember that? But if I'll ask you when you had your favorite meal, first McDonald's meal or first burger, or when you went out abroad for the first time, what you had there, you'll remember that? So we only remember memories which is some kind of emotional and physical charge. Now for happy memories, it's okay. We store them, they're happy. They're happy being there, stored there. But now when it comes to the sad part, like when you first started to ride bike, cycle, how was that moment, experience? Can you share your experience?
First, when I started riding a bike without balancing wheels, it was a bit difficult. I fell down a couple of times. Then I started pushing with cycle with my legs and gradually started pedaling. Then my dad bought me a bigger bike, and when I started riding that, I fell down again. Then with lots of practice, I eventually got the hang of that too.
Now you're comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. Now when you fell down for the first time, do you remember that memory?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens when you fail, or all of us, when something wrong happens to us, it gets stored there. And suppose when I started learning to ride bike, it was raining and I fell down. And top of it, when I came and told my mother, she slapped me. And you know what she said? What was the need to ride it during the rain time? And I was like very bindas at that time. I was like, no, I like rain. So next time, when I started riding scooter, or even now when I drive car. So when it rains, I get that feeling. Why? We all get that feeling, right? When something wrong happened to us for the first time. And then later on something similar to us, like the board exam. 12th grade people must be knowing this. During February and March, do you get that board feeling-ish in your heart? Right? How do you feel? Very unhappy? Anxious, right? Even though even board exams are not there? Right? So what happens? Our conscious mind stores those memories. So even when we grow up, even now, sometimes I get the dreams during February and March that I'm giving my board exams. So what has happened here? Our emotional and physical charges are there. Like suppose at that moment it is stored there, and it is there because my conscious mind does not want me to go through the trauma again. It does not want me. Suppose somebody bullied you when you were young. And I'll share you one very beautiful experience. One of this lady came and she sent her husband for the therapy first. She said, you go and get session done from her. I'll come later on. And her husband did session with me, and then later on said, oh, she's okay, you can come and meet her. Then the moment next day she came and the moment she was on the gate and she said, oh, you don't look like my science teacher at all. Whenever I used to look at your picture on the website, you resemble my science teacher. So how her mind stored that memory of the teacher? With the appearance, right? So whenever she used to see me, she used to get scared of me, even though I'm nowhere near the science teacher, right? So what our mind do? Our mind tries to protect us. Right? So now our conscious mind is there. It has awareness about all this current life. Right? And then comes an awareness which is always there. Like if I ask you, you must be having brother and sister, your siblings. Do you think you all are similar? You react differently because of your subconscious. It is a resourceful state which we call our universe, from where we get all the awareness which we need. So if we want to change anything, if we change it at our conscious mind, do you think the warrior will understand that part? What will warrior say? No, I'm not going to listen to you. Right? So where we have to approach? We have to approach the subconscious. That's what we do. When we do self-hypnosis, when you do meditate, when you give yourself affirmation, what do? You bypass the conscious mind because you're in a relaxed state. Even conscious is relaxed. And what we do? We give positive thoughts or excess information from the subconscious. So today what we'll learn? We'll learn how to access or how to put those positive thoughts in our subconscious part of mind, because only there we can do any change which will later come to the conscious mind. And the both of them will have a bridge between them. That's only when we can change ourselves, that we can do with a constant efforts. Understood? Was it easy or tough? Okay. So what is the function of our conscious mind? Logically analyze everything. Like suppose if I tell him, I saw an alien, a UFO, 2 months before. Will you accept it? Okay. If I tell you, I don't like my maths class when I was young, will you accept it? Right? So, whatever that he has experienced in this life, he'll accept it. But if I tell him about aliens or ghosts or anything like that, so what he'll say, because he has not experienced it, he will not be able to understand that part. Same way comes to the relationship as well. Whenever we are there, we are looking from our point of view, our life, our experiences. We are never there in the shoes of the other person. Are we there in other people's shoes? So whenever you are saying you are alone and my mother and my father and my teachers, they don't understand me. So you are talking from their point of view or your own point of view? Your own point of view, right? Remember, we always see things from our perspective. Second problem with all of us is that we are not good listeners. Do you ever listen or you're always ready to answer?
So it's a mix. So while that person will be speaking, we will be busy thinking about how we'll respond to that.
You're always worried about how other person will react to what I will say. Right? So first thing is, you need to be a good listener, even to your friends or your parents or your teachers. Okay? Because even they are experiencing what you are experiencing for the first time. Maybe they don't have that awareness at that time. But just try to be in their shoes. Okay? The moment you'll start being there, to be in their shoes, that moment only half of your anger and frustration will come down. I did session for this part. You both can go. Thank you so much. Tom and Rose. Okay. I did session for this boy, and he was about to get married to an Iranian girl. And he told me that, ma'am, I have relationship problem. I don't trust females. I find it tough that they'll be there for me. So what we do when we talk about our conscious and subconscious mind, we believe that there is a timeline from where issues have arisen. First is our current life, our conscious mind, which is from the moment you have taken birth up until now. Right? So we'll talk about this part now. So he said, I find it tough, and normally whoever comes to me, they think I take them to their past life and everything is there in their past life or life between lives. So he said, there must be some I've done wrong in my past life, so you help me out. So when we started the session, he went back when he was in 4th or 5th grade, and he was in boarding school. And he saw that his mother was telling him, we go in the current life memory and we try to find out from where the issue of his mistrust on females has started. So when we tried to find out, he went back to a time when he was in 4th grade. And what happened, he saw that he was there and his mother told him that you go and meet the principal and I bought gifts for you and principal ma'am will give you gifts. So So he happily went up there. It was a boarding school on hill, and he went up there. And there, what happened? Principal ma'am punished him. So he was very disappointed. He said, "I cannot trust this woman." So then what happened? This thing happened. Then next event that popped up was when he was in 7th grade, and when he went there, his mother, it was a Diwali night, and she was like upset about something, and she committed suicide at that time. So she promised him that I'll be coming now, just give me 5 minutes. But within 5 minutes they heard that she is no more. So he was completely disappointed. So that was the reason he was not happy with the relationship. He found that women we cannot trust. So when we went back to that time, he saw from his mother's perspective. His mother used to meet him once in a year. So when she was there, just a day before that, he saw that he was climbing the wall, and this side was the belly. So he was climbing there, and she didn't wanted to scold her own child because she was there just for few days to be with her son. So what she said, she requested the principal ma'am to punish him. So her mother came during that time. He saw his mother. When we go back and reflect on those memories, he saw that mother was very tense.